Okay, so there was a question about the ASW planes. So we're going to go ahead and pick a ship, which will have access to them. So battleship, basically. If we look here, we have an airstrike. Depth charge airstrike says a bunch of stuff. I think it uses the same model right now, but eventually they'll get all the models diversified and whatever. It says 2 attack flights, so you can hold up to 2 charges. Available flights, 2. Number of aircraft in attacking flight, 2. Aircraft HP, bombs, drops 6 bombs over the course of its distance. Bomb damage, and maximum range. Now the maximum range is a little bit of a trick, because you can place the reticle and they're going to go out further than that. Reload time 60 seconds. So this is information about what the airstrike is. When you go to controls, you can go to armament, I think it's armament 4. And this is not natively populated by default. So this, for airstrikes on like Dutch cruisers and stuff, you can use this. However, there should be anti-sub warfare, which would be G. It should be releasing depth charges, and I think that might be the same for the Kurfürst, but we'll find that out real quick. But if you had to bind something, that would be where it is. So we can hop into a training room and we can glance at this real quick. Ocean, armor resilience test. I just like to use this map in general. And we'll use a enemy ship, not really to bomb, but just for reference, so we're not just staring at a bunch of open water. So in this, we're going to load in. We're going to have to watch as our ASW planes start to charge up for their first charge. And here it is. It is actually going to be that number 4. So how would you do this? Sometimes this is not bound by default. You go into settings, go to controls, and then armament 4. You can go ahead and put it on the number 4. Or you can put it on any number. I mean, it depends. You can set it to whatever key you want to use. But in terms of the little aircraft squadrons, there's that. If currently you have not set it, and you probably see like a little dash mark, then you could just hold control and click on it to be able to access it. But right now I'll hit 4, and we will select it as a weapon type. If we hit shift, we will zoom in. If we pull back, we zoom back out. You can of course use your mouse to manipulate how you want to look at things. But in general, zoom in, zoom out. Worth noting that this right here, this center point, is 11 kilometers away, and you can see that it goes even further still. So if we can put that, if these are roughly halfway here, 11 to there and further, then if we look at the Kremlin is 13 kilometers, so we would be able to bomb from 11 to 15 kilometers away. Now, when we set this, it's going to have a 15.8 second delay. If we reduce this down and make it closer, it gets as little as 12.82. But once you reach 3 kilometers away, the 15.18 is going to be a set thing. So we have one charge, we're still regenning the other. So we could save up and use both, but we'll just go ahead and use one now. So they spawn. They're going to fly over and do the thing. As they reach, they'll drop, I think they drop up to 6 charges is what it said. So it should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which it does. And then they're going to start to explode. So there is that 15-second delay before the explosions start to take place. And it's going to be randomly dropped within this box. Across X amount of iterations, the Germans evidently drop 6 sets. Okay, so I hope this was helpful.